are set to complete the agreement with Mo Salah and with Virgil van Dijk to stay at the club with a new contract. The Here We Go is coming, guys, and we can say that everything is being sorted, also the final details of the contracts. Then it's going to be obviously time also for the paperwork check. The lawyers are already informed that soon is going to be time to check everything, so they are already in alert and already receiving some draft of the potential contracts. It means that we are at the very end of the process. It means that Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah any moment will be ready to sign a new contract at Liverpool. And it's a massive update, guys, because both of them had important opportunities. First of all, let me say, 2027, this will be the agreement between Virgil van Dijk and Liverpool and between Mo Salah and Liverpool, with a crucial figure.
Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk, as you hear there from Fabrizio Romano, at the brink, at the precipice. They will sign new deals with Liverpool to stay at the club for at least 2 more seasons. This is massive. This is huge. It changes the way we perceive next season, who the favourites are. Can Liverpool win it? How much money do they need to spend? What the rivals need to do to catch them up and overtake them? How potent, how dangerous will this brilliant Liverpool side be? Keeping their greatest ever Premier League centre-back, one of their best in their history, their greatest ever Premier League player, one of their best attackers in their club's history, is of paramount importance. And there have been rumours and there have been reports, and all fan channels like ourselves have reported on them. We've teased Liverpool a little bit, but underneath all of that, we were just desperate. We were just desperate for Mo Salah to leave, for Trent to leave, for Van Dijk to leave. And the fact that they are staying, in my personal opinion, is bad news indeed. These were the breaking tweets last night from Fabrizio Romano that Mo Salah closing in on a new deal at Liverpool, as an agreement is now at the final stages. Club confidence it can get done soon. Same for Virgil van Dijk, who recently confirmed positive progress has been made. Salah and Liverpool expect to move forward together. He goes on to say that not only Mo Salah's new deal is imminent, Liverpool are confident of a new deal for Virgil van Dijk. Salah and Van Dijk are fully expected to now stay at the football club, of course, with Trent leaving. And I'm going to be honest with you, out of the 3 that could have gone this summer, they're keeping the better of the 3. Trent, yes, he's playmaking, he's passing, is brilliant. But you can buy more playmakers. You can get more right-backs defensively. What Mo Salah has done for Liverpool is almost irreplaceable. And I'm talking about the consistency of output, the match-winning displays, the match-winning goals and assists. That is finite. And what they really need to do is find someone that can take over that mantle while he is still at the club. And they're doing that. And FSG are getting this right. They're getting this absolutely spot on. And with Van Dijk, again, I don't even think there are better centre-backs in the world than him right now. There are some that are close to. There are some that maybe will surpass him at some point in the next few years. But they're unattainable, really, for Liverpool. So keeping him whilst they continue to develop Konate, tying him down to a new deal is important. And then finding that next up-and-coming world-class centre-back to be bled into the team over the next couple of seasons, so to enable a very swift transition between the guard is going to be of paramount importance to Liverpool. In the short term, I think there's many a Liverpool fan would say that very happy to be champions, buzzing and over the moon. But the pending exit of these individuals, I think it was leaving a bit of a sour taste in their mouth. There was this element of, I want to celebrate and I want to be happy. But at the same time, a massive part of our core could be leaving. It may not be replaced. The future is under threat. That is now put to bed in the short term. So Liverpool fans can enjoy their Premier League winning season even more. They're keeping 2 of their greatest ever players. the reports have been saying for a few weeks they are still going to go out and spend. And I think that is very, very key indeed. But I want to get your opinions. I want to get your thoughts on this in the comment sections below. By the way, when you're done with this video, make sure you go and check out Hot Take with myself and Mark Goldbridge. You can scan the QR code on the screen or click on the link below. The podcast is out now. Now, staying partly with Liverpool was a story that I read today about Liam Delap. Last night, Jacob Steinberg put out the news that he has a release clause of 30 million if Ipswich get relegated, which most people think they will. He's claimed that Chelsea and Man United are both targeting the striker is true. We know Chelsea. We know Manchester United want this striker. But revealed this morning in The Athletic is, as it stands, Liverpool and Arsenal, two of the clubs scouring the market for a new forward, are prioritizing others ahead of Liam Delap. But he is on their radar. And what I think is really interesting about this is this gives Chelsea and Manchester United a little bit of an upper hand. I think both Chelsea and Man United can offer Delap first-team football. Chelsea will have some type of European football you would expect to offer him next season. You think they're going to win the Conference League. They should be in the Europa League next year. But both have a first-team berth where they can, barring him playing poorly, can guarantee him a lot of first-team opportunities. Liverpool, I actually think, I know they're prioritizing other strikers, but Liverpool worry me because they can't get Isak. I think they might turn to someone like a Delap. With Mo Salah staying, do they need their new striker to be the finished, complete article in the summer of 2025? No. Arsenal, on the other hand, I think they do need someone who's ready-made to step in right now, and I think Delap would be a rotational squad player at Arsenal, and I just don't think that's what Delap wants at this particular stage in his career. But it's certainly an interesting one, and I wanted to get the Football Terrace's opinion on this. Where do you see Liam Delap going in the summer? He's going to leave Ipswich. I think that is a dot on the cards. It will happen. Where do you think he'll end up? What club do you think he'll be playing for? And I am going to say this. I'm a United fan, and I like the idea of getting him. I do. Chelsea need him. But if I'm just going to be objective for a moment, I actually think if Liverpool change their mind and start to prioritize him more, maybe they can't get Isak as an example. I think Delap would be a powerhouse for him. And he wouldn't need to be the main guy, the finished article day one. That's a worry for me personally. But give me your thoughts, give me your opinions in the comment section below. Another story relating to Arsenal today via Transfer News Live says that Arsenal are ready to offer Viktor Gyökeres a 5-year deal worth 10 million. I repeat, 10 million pounds a season. And what was very interesting about this report is that it stated that this is just blowing Chelsea and blowing Manchester United out of the water. Now, Chelsea to begin with. We'll come back to Arsenal in a moment. We'll start with Chelsea. They have got a policy which some of their fans have celebrated, others have condemned. It's part of the reason there have been protests, part of the reason. There's about 190 to 200,000 pounds a week that Arsenal have reportedly offered Gyökeres. That is circa 50,000 pounds a week above the wage cap that Chelsea have in place. If this is true, and Chelsea are walking away from potentially getting Gyökeres over 50 grand a week, they're crazy. They may end up with Delap, who can score them lots of goals. For me, Gyökeres is a level above. But it isn't so much about missing out on Gyökeres and getting Delap if Chelsea are able to pull that off. It's the precedent. They turned their noses up at Victor Osimhen last summer because he wanted too much money. The man's tracking to scoring 30-odd goals this season. If Chelsea had that, Champions League football would be a certainty for next season, which would enable further investment in getting them back to being champions of England and champions of Europe again. To do it 2 summers running, I don't know if it sets a good standard. I don't know if Chelsea fans are in agreement with it, but Chelsea supporters, give me your opinion on that. How do you see it? What do you think? Let us know in the comment section below. From an Arsenal point of view, look, I'd love to sign Gyökeres at Man United. I think he's a phenomenal player. I feel that if you're bringing players into an Arsenal team now that Listen, you don't even know what you're going to be by the summer. You could be European champions. There's always the potential for that. But you're a team that's just slapped up Real Madrid in a Champions League tie. You're in title races and you want to go. And I'm going to use Arsenal's language here from their manager. They want to move into phase 5. Any first team player they're now buying is going to be demanding high wages because you literally now know your agent can use. This is why sometimes fans want communication. You also got to think about it from the other side. Arsenal can't turn around to any star player they're buying now without the agent of that player saying, well, you guys want to move into phase 5. You want to move from challenging to being the winners. You're coming to us for that. Therefore, you're paying the premium. It's why it's sometimes easy to build a club's first ever or first brilliant squad for a while in the first instance, because you can sign players on 20, 30 grand a week. By the time you're replacing them 5, 6, 7 years down the line, when you're trying to maintain the heights you got to, the agents and the players, they demand a lot more money because of the status in the game that you currently have. So I don't think Arsenal fans should be turning their nose up at this salary. I've always felt in the last 20 years, one of the biggest reasons that Arsenal fell away from the Chelseas, the Man Uniteds and the Cities, etc., is they weren't prepared to pay their existing or players they were trying to sign the going rate. And they would often celebrate having a much lower wage bill than Man United or better net spend, which we now know doesn't exist. But they weren't bringing in as many trophies. And I think that it's something you should celebrate if you're willing to pay a striker with the prowess, the quality, the output. Listen, the man's won titles as well. If you're prepared to pay in this amount of money, I think it's a massive sign that you are being serious. But give me your thoughts and give me your opinions in the comments section below. Where do you think Delap's going? Where do you think Gyökeres is going? Do you think Arsenal have pretty much got that sewn up now? Let us know. Another story I read today, which was very interesting, is that Man City look set to reignite their interest in the Newcastle United midfielder Bruno Guimarães as they prepare for the departure of Kevin De Bruyne. What do you make of that? My first thought in reading it is I don't think the players correlate. However, sometimes when it comes to replacing a star, a legend, an icon, the best thing you can do is not try and go like for like. There's often too many comparisons. There'll be too many days where you say, oh, okay, this is meant to be the new KDB. He plays the same position. KDB would have done this. KDB would have done that. Oh, this guy can't do what KDB did. It creates almost like a resentment that you're not KDB, where if they go down a different route and they maybe try and build, and I'm just throwing this out there as an example, they try and build a bit more of a powerhouse midfield like Newcastle have and add more creativity in their, in fullback positions, in wide positions, as an example, players that maybe like to invert and cover those central areas. Sometimes it actually relieves the pressure on the team a little bit and is easier for the fans to accept. That's one train of thought because they've compared him to Bruno Guimarães, not me. Or sorry, they've done the correlation between the two, not me. Equally, I think they might sign an attacking midfielder as well. This is just part of an overall overhaul of the midfield that's needed. And if they were able to go out and bring in a Wirtz and a Bruno Guimarães this summer, that would anyone that, because I think City, could spend 300 odd million this summer. And if they were able to go out there and deliver that type of business, go and get a Wirtz. I've read somewhere that Wirtz is available for about 60 million. It isn't extortionate money because of a clause. I did read that, I think, from Plattenberg or someone. But if you're picking him up for that kind of money, even if Guimarães costs you 100 million, 160 million for those two, you throw him into a midfield with the returning Rodri. I just look at a midfield like that and think it has everything. And we all know the midfield is the most important part of a team, whether people like hearing that or not. That midfield is pivotal. Stopping your opponents winning the ball, dominating possession, being that buffer. There's so many elements of the game rely on the midfield, and it would just be brilliant. But I'd love to get your take on this and these stories that are circulating today. Do me a big favor and hit the like button, please. Make sure you're subscribed. I want to thank you all for tuning in. More content coming later today, but go and check out mine and Mark Goldbridge's brand new podcast, Hot Take. You can scan the QR code on the screen right now to go check it out, and we'll see you all again very, very soon. Peace.